takes a team to continuously engage and work with their communities to deliver a variety of services, programs, and opportunities. Hi, I am Michael Elliott.
I am Sunea Yearwood.
I am Shalia Frederick.
And I am Theron Durant. Over the next few weeks, we will be your hosts for the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television program.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment has a myriad of programs, and we are the beneficiaries of its Youth MC training program.
In this series, we will be sharing programs from across the portfolios in the ministry. These include the Division of Youth Affairs, the Community Development Department,
the Community Independent Celebration Secretariat, and the Sports Development Unit, including the National Sports Council.
In this, our first edition, we will take a look back at the ministry's participation in AgroFest 2025. Right here at this location, all portfolios presented and shared their programs, opportunities, and even engaged Barbados in friendly competitive activities.
We will also be taking a look at the Black Best reopening in St. Peter, the exciting I Am Conference, and bring an update on what is happening in the Block Transformation Unit's Project Dawn program.
The annually held AgroFest is an excellent opportunity for Barbadians to explore the various services and products within the agricultural sector. Over the years, this has expanded, and in 2025, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment again joined fellow government agencies, NGOs and service providers to showcase its programs, initiatives and opportunities, opening its doors at the easily accessible Queen's Park location. Here is a recap of the ministry at AgroFest.
I'm very pleased about what I'm seeing here today. Yes, it's doing a fantastic job in terms of helping our young entrepreneurs to grow, and being here under the ministry's tent is one such opportunity. The majority of the persons who are displaying their products today are functioning from home. So it means that what we have to do is to find an avenue to do this more often, to be able to set up a tent of this magnitude and have our youngsters who are starting their own business or already involved in their business to come out and showcase what it is that they have to offer.
Well, I decided to launch at AgroFest because of the exposure. Thanks to the Youth Entrepreneurship Scheme, they gave me this opportunity to gain exposure and basically to let people know about the product. We have something here that can help you grow your hair, and whatever scalp issue you might be having, we have it here.
I would have learned through the community development, and my teacher was Brianna, and I thoroughly enjoyed the class, and I would say that doing the class, I can say that I'm a professional. I am actually very grateful because knowledge is power, and if you don't have knowledge, there's a lot of things that you cannot have done. And by the community development ministry doing this program, I was able to have that extra education that I would be able to gain a skill that I could actually help fellow Barbadians.
We came to advertise the youth advance course to make the youth children got a better choice in life instead of like finishing school and not having a choice or a career to choose.
Definitely interacting with the youth. Want to get them interested in the program and many programs here at AgroFest.
Come join us.
Join us.
Yeah.
Join the Youth Advance Corps.
Yeah. It's a great program.
It's a very good program.
It's a
good self-development program.
and it's a good start to start a career, or if you know where you want to go, it could push you to get further education.
Or start a business.
I see myself like doing my play cricket and still making alls. And opportunity I got here is very nice. These different type of alls, like 4C, 4B, and 4A. And this one here is for 4C, for like the moisturize here to keep it not too dry, or to keep it like moisturized. And get water spraying and be more better. The first oil that I made, this going coconut oil, moringa oil, and neem oil.
Ohana project. The title of the project really is Gloves Over Guns. It is a program that the Barbados Boxing Association has developed. We have a special name for it. We call it the Ohana project because the word Ohana means family. And we have a family boxing creates a family. For this project, we are inviting young people between the ages from 12 up to join the project. This project is going to be sponsored the Ministry of Youth and Sports did the first phase, and they will be doing the second phase. For persons who are interested in the project can sign up. They can sign up to learn to box, or they can sign up to officiate, a referee, judge, whatever, to sign up.
So now we have a fleet of interns with multiple cameras for whenever we have live streams of our events, whether they be beach boxing or full cards when we bring in opponents from overseas. And now we've grown to the point where we have CBC and other international TV bodies asking for our footage. So we'll be looking to develop boxing as a sports broadcast program throughout the rest of the year. And we have some promising things coming up. So you can find us on Instagram at Barbados Boxing Association. See you there.
We are doing everything that is necessary to attract young people that want to go in a positive direction. Because we can have all the programs that are possible, but if young people are not interested, then they're not going to participate. One of the other things that I would want to say that I have major concerns about on this island is parenting. And if we can get the parenting right, a lot of the things that we're seeing on social media, I think will not happen. And if parents are interested as well, they can just go on our website, ask a question, and see the range of programs that we have on island for our young people. So the truth is, Peter, that what is happening on island is only a couple of youngsters who have decided that they want to engage in nefarious acts. But if they want to go on the straight and narrow, every single thing is put in place by government through my ministry to benefit young people, whether it be sports, whether it be culture, whatever it is that they're interested in, we have the resources that we can assist.
The IAM Conference was introduced in 2023 within the Commonwealth Year of the Youth. The program, which, as its name implies, seeks to contribute to the empowerment of young people in Barbados. Our fellow Youth MC graduate, Diaris Ferrer, had the pleasure of covering the conference. But first, we met with Senior Youth Commissioner and Coordinator of the Ministry Year of the Youth Secretariat, Elizabeth Boyne, who shared the concept, objectives, and outcomes of the October 2024 edition, which was held at the Lloyd Erskine Sandifer Center.
The IAM Conference is a dynamic and exciting forum for young persons to be engaged, energized, empowered, and envision a new chapter of their lives. This year, the IAM Conference came with a plethora of avenues for young persons and opportunities for them. Included in that was a very own pitch tank, and this allowed young entrepreneurs a forum to be able to pitch their ideas to a panel of judges and also an audience that gave them tremendous support. The objectives of the IAM Conference is for young persons to be in a space where they can examine their personal and professional growth, to ensure that the decisions they made are decisions based on information shared. So at the conference, we had a wide variety of youth experts, persons in their chosen fields, which gave the young person an opportunity to engage with these experts. Additionally, we covered a variety of areas which were from our national youth policy, and included in those areas were things such as health and wellness, financial literacy, land acquisition and housing acquisition, the orange economy, and of course, this time around, a big emphasis was placed on the area of sports. This dynamic 3-day conference provided a forum for young persons across Barbados to come together and focus on areas that are of importance to them. On day one, we had our students from secondary schools and tertiary institutions, along with persons living with disabilities. On day two, the focus was on the wider public, persons from youth and community organizations, and those persons who have a general interest in looking for a space to pivot and to examine their goals and objectives and where they want to go in their life. And of course, on day three was our main focus, which we featured the pitch tank. Each day provided professional services for the young persons, and these included our partners in the private sector. We had the Barbados Revenue Authority, we had our persons from the financial institutions, including the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, we had Sagicor Bank, we had the persons from our Electoral and Boundaries Commission who were in place to ensure that persons were able to access their TAMIS numbers. In addition, we also provided CV writing support, which was done under our employability initiative. And persons, we had a cadre of HR professionals who were able to sit with the young persons, go through their CVs, help them to retool, help them present the best version of themselves on paper.
We have several objectives. First, to engage young persons through meaningful participation and dialogue on social issues that affect their quality of life in Barbados. To provide a forum for these young people to feel empowered in relation to the Who Am I, and that's why we call it the I Am Conference.
The ministry is absolutely filled with persons who continue to be proactive in terms of the delivery of youth development. And this grouping is one who birthed the idea of the I Am Conference. And I want to say to all of my young people today that after hearing Ms. Blackman, none of you should be moving away from this place in the next 3 days without believing in self.
Or as I should say, I am Miranda. And my plan today is to speak briefly with you. And what I hope you guys can take away from today is that this is your dash, and your dash matters. Now, what is that dash I'm talking about? I'm speaking about that dash from the day that you're born until.
The more you can focus on your breath in situations where you're feeling stressed, it's going to help you to bring your nervous system back to a state where you can be calm and rest and digest and all those wonderful things, and then you can continue to show up as your wonderful, amazing selves.
I went straight from my medical school degree and then I did a master's degree after, a couple years after, in sports and exercise medicine. But like you said, I had to go overseas to do that. You don't have to, you can go do the online courses.
Your problem was what problem your group was given, as well as the solutions that you guys would have came up with together.
Well, out of the four problems we were given, we chose disaster preparedness. And some of the problems that we came up with was the global warming.
And there you will see bite-sized and palatable information about mental health that we share every day. Right now, the theme of mental health month in October is mental health in the workplace. But prior to that, we will be doing other campaigns about suicide prevention. We did campaigns about anti-stigma. We're also generating things about psychological first aid.
So somebody who values having that safety net more than going out, for example, might say, or I still want to keep my emergency savings, but I will use the money.
There is no one definition, and actually if you even go in the dictionary to like Oxford, Merriam-Webster, all of those, they will also give you different definitions. One of them actually says the robot aspect of human. Incorrect. So generally speaking, if you look at all the definitions, one thing that you will see is that a robot.
I am here with Giovanni Gittings, the facilitator of today's robotics, coding and AI breakout room. Tell me, Giovanni, what was today like for you?
Today was very interesting, hearing all the people that just had brilliant ideas. I mean, they never did robotics yet, to hear the things that they were talking about in terms of programming, problem solving, the different challenges that they brought, even talking about the morals of robotics is definitely delightful and very
That change in technology, that person who had a career developing film may have found themselves a little job, or they'll have to kind of revise and revamp their way of doing things so that they can still market their service. Now, there's still people who use film, but majority of us use digital photography, right? So that's why career planning is never going to be wrong. It's something that you're going to have to keep revisiting and revising and changing directions and so on, right?
Also, during the conference, young persons had the opportunity to meet with financial institutions, the National Insurance Scheme, Barbados Revenue Authority, as well as other partners.
Our 3 days at this conference was fantastic. We had a great time interacting with all the different sectors of the public. We were busy. We did get the message across to the persons that came across our booth. We were able to do a number of registrations, update accounts, give them information on filing of taxes, what to expect. And for those young persons who are now going into the world of work, we were able to give them a bit of education on what the Revenue Authority does, what our management system, the TAMIS system is used for, and what they need to know when they start working for the very first time.
What I would have noticed is that they're interested, a lot interested in mortgages, getting their own. Yes, they're interested in the investment plans and gaining their own money and stuff on the accounts. But mostly they really were talking about the loans, like starting their own businesses, using the business money to get bigger loans, so get the mortgages and stuff. So really the loans were what they were asking about, but mostly there were a lot of people with who doesn't have any accounts and they just wanted to open accounts for the world of work, I guess.
So much happened during the conference, and this year sports was added to the agenda. This was a big hit for many of the attendees, and we will share more of this in an upcoming edition.
As mentioned at the beginning of the program, the Community Development Department's Black Bass Resource Center was recently reopened. The reopening was welcomed by the residents and the Member of Parliament and Minister of Labour, Social Security and Third Sector, the Honourable Colin Jordan.
A warm welcome is extended to everyone gathered here for this long-anticipated community meeting. It is a pleasure to welcome you to the Black Bass Resource Center. This center was closed for approximately 4 years, and the closure admittedly contributed to a dearth of community-based activities in this catchment area. There were a series of issues which contributed to this closure, and I am pleased to announce that those prevailing issues which contributed to this closure are no longer. Persons present here can attest to the refurbished facility with its warm and inviting colors. The completion of the repairs at the center meant that a safe space was now available for social interactions and interventions. Therefore, the department re-established engagement with Black Bass and the surrounding communities. This commenced with the collection of data, which informed the community impact courses, which are scheduled to commence shortly. These courses are eyelash extension and makeup artistry.
It is important that we have these facilities up and running in a position where communities can benefit from them. It is one thing to have a building constructed, but it ought to be adding value to the community. Now, I like the idea very much of coming to the community, finding out from the community what the community needs are before deciding what will be offered. So where the needs are is where we need to focus our attention.
This forum has been created this evening to generate the exchange of ideas and knowledge where we learn from each other. Therefore, your participation is important.
A center like this that functioning well will benefit the community socially, educationally, and economically. And in terms of the center being here, I could say that I am one of the persons that benefited drastically from the center.
Classes have already begun at the Black Bass Resource Center, with some participants attending AgriFest 2025.
The ministry's work encompasses varied programs, many of which are created through partnerships. One such initiative is under the Division of Youth Affairs Block Transformation Unit, which assesses and offers young persons with access to certified training opportunities and supports business and entrepreneur development. Recently, the program enrolled over 200 persons in the SJPA for some 16 courses and held a graduation for some 235 persons at Ilara Court. Program Coordinator Marcus Stephen provides an overview of the program.
The Dawn is a multifaceted project to cater to young men and women who learn and the blocks across Barbados. Is a very transformational project. The vision and hope is that to get persons to be more civic-minded as it relates to where they stand in society. We consider ourselves to be the ears, the eye, and the feet of government on the ground as it relates to young people who learn on the block on a daily basis. Within the Project Dawn project, we held discussion with three major institutions across Barbados: the SJPI, the Barbados Community College, Junior Normal Holder Hospitality Institute, and the Barbados Vocational Training Board. Some of the programs that are being offered at BCC are the cooking program, homemakers, bartending, the food and beverage program. At Barbados Vocational Training Board, we have stuff like backyard operation, heavy duty truck driving, we have tiling, and at SJPI, we have like nails, hair, wigs and hair extension, masonry, carpentry, small business, electric vehicle maintenance, just to name a few. Right? To date, right now at present, we have 277 participants at the SJPA pursuing studies, started at 6th of January, and at the Junior Normal Holder Institute, we have 80. The first cohort of Project Dawn, 235, between 235 and 250 persons graduated. The graduation was held at Ilara Court. And in truth and in fact, we graduated 235, between 235 and 250. We had 600 chairs, we didn't have enough. Because the support for these students was overwhelming. Parents, guardians, spouse, friends, well-wishers turn up to wish the graduates well. Within our program as well, we cater to persons who exit the penal system and who want to reintegrate into mainstream society. And I can see on a weekly basis, persons visit me here seeking information on how to sign up, how to register within the Project Dawn project. We had meetings with persons from the penal system, and they will get most of the students, most of persons who exit the system will get fast tracked into Project Dawn. That's the agreement that we made with the institution. And not only institution, we deal with school as well. We take referrals from schools and the Barbados Youth Advanced School, Verdant House. But let me state though, we are not only catering for persons who live in the block. We are not allowing persons to go in the block. We meet you where you are. So if you're in the community, if you're at schools, as I indicated earlier, we get referrals from the probation department. I receive contact from the child care board for persons who are interested to enroll into Project Dawn. We also find job attachment placements. I receive calls from the Junior Normal Holder Institute of persons from the hotel sector who are interested in hiring persons. And we went to the cabinet and we refer persons to these agencies.
Before this program comes to a close, we want to tell you about the Youth MC Training Program, of which we were all a part of. For me, the facilitators Peter Aline, Captain Michael Jules, and Jewel Ford all trained us to become competent MCs and build our confidence.
In addition to that, the program equipped us with the necessary skills to host programs such as this and many others.
I found this also helps us in school to present projects and even talk to our teachers. It also helps us to find different job opportunities.
It helps you to strengthen your creativity, organization, and networking, which in all helps you with your future career and your personal growth.
That's it for this week's program. Remember, you can visit us on our respective online locations. On Instagram, stay in touch with the Community Development Department at ComDev Barbados, the Division of Youth Affairs at DivYouth246, the Sports Development Unit at sportsdevelopment.bb, the National Sports Council at NSC Barbados, Community Independence Celebration Secretariat at Community Independence 246, and the Barbados Youth Advance Corps at Barbados Youth Advance.
You can also stay connected on Facebook by visiting Community Development Department, Division of Youth Affairs, National Sports Council, and the Community Independence Celebration Secretariat. Thank you for tuning into our program. Next week, we will have the second part of the I Am series. Take a look at the Community Development Department's Elderly Care graduation, as well as share the Cohort 7 residential intake of the Barbados Youth Advance Corps. Until next time, bye!